I think that it's very, very, very important for teachers and parents to be in close communication with each other for their children's education. There are a lot of great corporations like RenWeb that essentially do that, where they keep the information stream going between the parents and the educators. It helps the children become more streamlined in what they need to know, and the disciplinary factor between both the education and the parental guidance is going to be congruent.
I think it's important for parents to be involved in their children's education so that they can know what they're dealing with, they can keep them accountable, just basically stay connected. I mean, these days a lot of parents are disconnected from their children and use school as a crutch or a school to raise their kids, but I think at the end of the day that they should still be involved in that respect. Not just schoolwork, but also extracurricular activities, and show some invested interest.
How y'all doing? My name is Arnell McCoy, and I personally think that parents should be very involved when it comes to their child's education, as far as being in touch with the teachers on a day-to-day basis to make sure that homework is being assigned, as well as being personally involved with their child as far as doing homework, but not to the extent of taking over the homework, but allowing their child to learn, as well as being very involved when it comes to PTSA. That way the child and the teacher will know that the parent is very interested in their child not only going to school but succeeding.
The best parent involvement is through the dividend program, and if your school doesn't have a dividend program, it's basically a parent volunteer program. This program involves a background check on the parents who come in, the participants, so that we are providing a safe environment for those students. So when they come in dividend, they could do anything from helping in the classroom to working on home projects, to coming in, like I said, reading with the kids, or just joining PTA is a big deal. That will bring in money. They can help sponsor fundraisers, and it's nice to see parents involved with their students in a school setting so that when they go home, students can still relate to that. You know, it's okay to do schoolwork at home because mom's coming in and spending her time. It also gives parents a well-rounded idea of what's going on in the classroom. They know exactly what skills their child is mastering because they're there. They keep that open communication with the parent because they're involved on a daily basis, and definitely special projects and events, whether it's Valentine's or some special celebrating St. Patrick's Day, something like that, they can also come in and participate. So we definitely encourage parent involvement within the schools, and it does help children to feel more settled and at home in a school.
Teachers should communicate with parents in a way that they can understand, something that is very easy, because the parents aren't always in the classroom. So it has to be something where they can relate and understand from being in the opposite perspective. Generally, I would think the students would act differently around their instructors than they would their parents. So it would be very vital if they could express or maybe even demonstrate, maybe through online video, maybe through photography or whatever, so that they can understand and actually see what's going on instead of just being told.
I think it's important for the teacher and the parent to have an open relationship. Back in the day, teachers used to be able to discipline children, and it's not like that anymore. To the point where I believe that some parents don't even want the teachers to reprimand their children verbally in a tactful way. I think that parents and teachers should have an open relationship and realize that they are on the same team.
In my opinion, parents and teachers should communicate. It should be a very effective communication, but I feel that the parent should reach out to the teacher, as opposed to the teacher having to make the first initial contact to the parent. Because I believe that when the parent reaches out to the teacher and makes that initial contact, it shows the teacher that this parent is very interested in their child's education, and that this can be someone I can partner with to make sure that their child has the best chance for success. I believe that that's the signal sent to the teacher when the parent first makes that initial contact with the teacher. So I believe that that's how the relationship should ultimately be. It should be the parent making the first initial contact.
Well, it's been through my experience that the best way parents can communicate with and teachers can communicate with parents would be through email. That's a daily, oncurring, you check it every moment of the day pretty much way of communicating if there's any last minute announcements. Another effective way for teachers to communicate with parents are through planners. If children have a daily planner that they record their homework in, then parents can send notes and teachers can send notes back home, and then we keep in contact through doing that also. And if push comes to shove, a phone call is great too, especially if there's an emergency. I know me personally, I give out my email on a weekly basis in their homework. I also give out a contact number so those lines of communication can stay open. Of course, the traditional parent-teacher conferences every once in a while, probably once a semester with their parents, teacher-parent involvement could also help keep those lines of communication open.